been a hot minute, hasn't it, folks? Welcome back to another episode of 360 Detailing. Behind me, I have a 2005 Honda CR-V with 225,000 miles on it. This thing has been neglected, very much so, over the last couple years. And when I say that this thing is trash, that is not hyperbole. This thing is really, really gross. One more thing before we get started, be sure to like and subscribe and share this with your friends. I really appreciate you doing that, but without further ado, let's just jump right into it. All right, so now we're moving on to the floor mats, and I actually am gonna soak them, drill brush them, and then pressure wash them out, sort of a way of extracting. But before that, we gotta get rid of all this junk up here, which brings me on to one of my favorite tools in the world for the detailing industry. And this is called a bunch of things. It's called a Vortex, called a Tornador. It's basically a air hose on crack. Best way I can put it. So for you non-car guys or people who don't know what this tool is, this is basically the equivalent of a power rake for your lawn. What it does is it's messy, but it literally extracts all of the junk out of the carpet. It is a relatively inexpensive tool, but you do need a big pressure or a big air compressor to run it. So that might be a bit of a hang up for people that are just doing this on the side. But I'll demonstrate it on this. I won't have any sound for the next clips because I do have to have the pressure washer running I keep saying pressure washer. I do have to have the air compressor running in the background, and it is quite a loud thing. So without further ado, let me show you how this works. So that's only after a couple seconds of running it. I got rid of all the dog hair in this mat. A lot of the dirt that was embedded into this matted carpet has been lifted, and that's when I can come in and soak the floor mat and then get all of the gunk out. And to show you how effective it is, I'll pull the mat away. You can see the amount of dirt that's been out of this mat in just that short time. So again, pick up a Tornador if you have the means and the proper tools to operate it. Otherwise, a vacuum and an air hose just work also. But let me move on to getting the rest of the floor mats. Alright, so now we're moving on to the extraction part of the floor mats, and I hope you can hear me because the air compressor is running right behind me. So I've just got some general APC that I'm going to spray around this floor mat. I've already wet it down with the pressure washer. That way it just sticks better. So I'm just going to go around and lay it in. Alright, so now that I've sufficiently saturated the floor mat with the APC, I'm going to take this drill with the drill brush attached. This is a medium strength, we'll go with that. A medium strength drill brush, so it's not too firm, yet it's not too soft. Drill brushing this floor mat as I drop it. Alright, so now that I've gotten that done, actually I'll move this floor mat out of the way so it doesn't get so wet right away. Now that I've done with that, I'm going to take my pressure washer and I'm going to spray it out. I'm just going to go like I'm mowing a lawn. I did put a 40-degree nozzle on the end of it just to make life a little easier. Don't worry about any of these lines, they'll come out when you vacuum the floor mat later on. But I'm gonna go set this on the fence and let it dry, and then I'm gonna go tackle the other floor mats. All right, so now that the floor mats are done and the exterior is finished, it's time to move to the interior. Now I apologize that you can't see my face right now, but that's because we're gonna be using the Tornador. And by the way, I didn't mention it in the previous clip, this is a canister for cleaner. It's a big thing that you can put on and you can flip the switch and it'll send out cleaner and compressed air. But I don't like that because it tends to leak, and I like it doesn't really matter because this is unplugged. But one of the key things that I love about this Tornador too is that up in here, it's kind of difficult to get to, especially in a vacuum. So you just get to get some compressed air. And actually, I think the seat lifts up. Yeah, I think it does. I don't know. I don't drive this car. But it basically gets all the dirt out of the carpet and so for you to come back and vacuum up later. And I always do this before I move to any of the trim pieces or the dashboard, because this does fling up quite a lot of junk. I did mention previously that this stuff is nasty. Well, look in the nozzle if you can see that. Sorry, the GoPro went dark. So this is from the floor mats, and it is just pure, like, coughing dust. Like, that will send you into a coughing fit if you breathe that in. So just be worry about that. But I'm gonna show you how well this works. Actually, I might just disconnect you. So if you come down here, I went right here already, but like, I don't dare go up in there because that is literally standing dirt, but I can go around it. So you can see how much of a difference just that couple seconds make. And I'm gonna stop the video right now before the air compressor kicks on, because I know it's going to. Oh shit. All right. So, it has been quite a long time, but now we are finally inside the vehicle, getting ready to decontaminate the dashboard, the trim, the cup holders, the etc. So, my go-to style, I have switched out the Tornador for just a regular style air hose, and I'm gonna just saturate the dashboard, and then I'm gonna work it in with the detail brush. I'm gonna come through with a quick wipe with a microfiber rag, and then I'm gonna go in all the nooks and crannies and I'm gonna blow out the additional cleaner. I have used this method for the past 1.5 years and I thoroughly enjoy it. That way, because there is no additional streaking, you don't have to worry about any like product. You know what I mean. You don't want to worry about product seeping out of the dashboard cracks after you drop it off to the customer. One thing that I will advise, if you do choose to use this method, if you have an aftermarket radio, or even if you just have a regular radio in the cluster, if you use compressed air in a certain way, you have a really big chance of getting cleaner up in the inside of the plastics. It has happened to me before, and the only solution that you can have is to remove the cluster and clean it manually, which is a big pain, and most of the time we don't do it. It's just a very big cautionary tale on my part to let you know that you run the risk of getting cleaner behind certain surfaces. Without further ado, let me go ahead and start spraying down the interior so you can see what I mean. So I'm gonna just go in there, get the steering wheel buttons, you're gonna go get the air vents, you're gonna get any cubby holes, the climate control, go around the radio, because I don't know how waterproof that is. It is an aftermarket head unit. Get back in the air vents again, cubby hole right here, you're gonna come in, there's like a weird semi-cubby. And there's a ticket for a Mackinac Island ferry. I'm gonna throw that on the floor so we can vacuum that up later. Get back in the air vents, get the dashboard, get the handles, get the shifter boot, and you're gonna come in here, get the turn signals, because those are the least looked at area when most people are detailing a car. Get the steering column, get the dashboard, and you can notice that it's quite saturated, but that's okay, trust me. Actually, I'm gonna go even further and saturate my brush a little bit just to get it primed. Now I'm gonna come into here and I'm gonna just start working it around. It's a soft bristled brush, so you don't have to worry about scratching any sensitive plastics. I wonder if this is a telescoping wheel. I doubt it is, but you do want to move it down so that way you can get in here, come around, just get all angles of the turn signal. And what I do love is that even if you don't get all 100%, you can come back through with the air hose and you can blow out any contaminants that are still left over. Get the cruise control, get the vents, shifter boot, go around the radio, and then come in here, get the crack, get the hazard switch, get this weird semi-vent thing, get the key barrel, come around here, get the climate controls, go in here, get any loose debris. I don't normally worry about the dashboard because a rag will do just fine with getting anything. But if you do have cracks along, or not cracks, trim piece, like panel lineups, that is a good spot to get. How long is this clip already? 3 minutes? Heck yeah. Running it out. So now that I'm ready to wipe, I'm gonna go top down. So I'm gonna start with the dashboard, get that wiped down. Again, you don't need to be super precise with getting it dry right away because you will not have to worry. You'll get it dry with the air hose. Get the radio, just be very gentle but very thorough. Come in here, get the cluster now. And again, this APC does like to streak. I don't know the exact brand of it because I kind of borrowed it from work, but you can go through with a dry rag and get rid of all the streaks. Come back through. All right. Now the moment of truth. Actually, I'm gonna decontaminate. Thank you for beeping at me. There's a bit of like gunk buildup on these turn signal and wiper stalks. All right, moment of truth. Wear ear protection also. I've learned that the hard way, but I don't know where my earbuds are.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll
Alrighty, so it is the end of day 2. I am very happy with the results. As you can see, it has been quite a grueling process. It took me 2 basically full days of cleaning, and so as a result, it's just been a labor of love in my opinion. My friend is filming me right now.
Sorry, I totally let you do it.
I just got demonetized just because you were taking the photo. But he's here to pick it up. He helped me towards the end. You probably saw him in a couple shots vacuuming. But yeah, I'm very happy with the results. So if you like this video, again, please like, share, and subscribe. And again, I will talk to you in another video.
Smash that
Peace.
like button.
Yeah, that's it. Smash that like button. What's up, Low Gang?
Comment, subscribe.